OK, now I want to believe in the fairy tale. Truly I do. A kind, handsome prince falls madly in love with a beautiful Hollywood starlet and they live happily ever after. But hang on. This Hollywood starlet is a fiercely intelligent, independent woman who's forged a successful career in the cutthroat world of showbiz. She's a campaigner, a charity worker. She says stuff like Trump is a misogynist. Meghan Markle is no fluffy Sloane whose only aim in life is to marry well. She's no weighty Katie messing around with menial jobs till her prince decides to propose. She's a woman with a mind of her own. And as much as she's melted the heart of this hardened old hack, I fear for her. The parallels with Diana just can't be ignored. Until now, she and Harry have hidden from the world, enjoying their cosy cottage in Kensington Palace. But now, there's no hiding place. The eyes of the world are upon them. Every move, every kiss, every touch, every sideways glance will be recorded because now the paparazzi have a new darling. And they will hunt her just like they hunted Diana. The lovely Meghan says she knows what's coming. My fear is that she has absolutely no idea.
Carole, I think we've actually finally found a topic on which we have quite a bit of agreement because I think what you're saying is in praise of Meghan Markle, and like you, I like and admire her.
Me too.
And I found myself in a very counterintuitive position this week of being quite pro-royal family, which, not that I've ever been anti the royal family, but they've just not been of interest to me, really. I've never really related to them before. They haven't felt like a family that in any way represent someone like me. So for the first time, because of Meghan Markle, I finally find myself interested in a royal wedding. And I think what you're saying is true, and I think it's really useful because we do have short memories to remember what happened to Diana. We all remember what happened to Diana, but we don't talk very often about the way that she was treated by the press and the paparazzi, and those comments that her brother made at her funeral about how she was the most hunted woman on earth, which was so haunting. And I think you're right that it is an issue, but I don't know what the answer is because, you know, when you think about the royal family, they play such a symbolic role. That's their role, really. They're symbolic. Yeah. They don't play any real political or constitutional role other than a symbolic one. And that works because people are interested in them.
I think she wants to.
And people are interested in them because they're in the public eye and we have access to information about their lives, and that's where the paparazzi come in. So if they were to be private, there would kind of be no point to them. That's the dilemma, and I don't know what the answer is.
I suppose when I was watching her, the thing that struck me most of all, you know, she's incredibly intelligent. And, you know, the way she conducted that interview, I thought was a masterclass in how to do exactly that. When you compare that to previous engagements of, you know, of Wills and before that with Diana, I mean, she was just so cool. My fear is that she is used to doing everything the way she wants to do it. This girl speaks out when she wants to speak out. She campaigns in the manner in which she wants to campaign. And my fear is that now that she's in the firm, everything will change. You know, she said something. You know, we've got a clip. Let's watch this clip. This kind of sums it up for me.
I think I can very safely say, as naive as it sounds now, having gone through this learning curve in the past year and a half, I did not have any understanding of just what it would be like. I don't think either of us did that. We both said that, even though we knew that it would be.
Yeah, I tried to warn you as much as possible, but I think both of us were totally surprised by the reaction after the first 5-6 months of when we had to ourselves.
Now, when you look at that, they actually think they're prepared for what's coming. They think they know what's coming, and they have no idea. And he says, I tried to warn her. And they think they've been bothered in the past year, but they haven't. And now the world spotlight is on them, and it will never be turned down as long as she draws breath.
I think she'll be... Look, first of all, props to Afua, who is now the go-to person on a British royal wedding.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, good on that.
No, we're looking forward to something's changed.
Looking forward to much more. I think you're both completely wrong.
Yeah, I agree
have
with
to say. I mean, look at it. She's a Hollywood starlet. She is extremely accomplished, and she's very vocal, and she always has been. But, you know, let's look at it realistically. What happens to Hollywood starlets in their 30s? You know, it's a succession of surgeries and then you're phased off screen. I think she's got exactly the part she wants and she will play the part to perfection. If you listen to what she said in in that interview. It was fascinating. She sees this country, she's going into this country, she said boots on the ground, as if she's taking over and invading a small country.
I love it.
Good on her. I think the royal family won't know what.
But she's not come up against the firm yet. The firm controls everything. It all but destroyed Diana, and it has subsumed Kate.
That was in 1981.
Let me tell you why I think you're wrong, because, and quite rightly, Alpha's talked about this, but it is fantastic that we have a woman who's already been married, who's an American and who's of mixed race. I don't want to bang on about that, but a few years ago, this wouldn't have even been a consideration within the palace. It shows how the family, I think the firm is, I think they've moved on. I think they've regenerated themselves. I think it's fantastic. Bear in mind, this woman is 36. I think I'm right in saying that was the age at which Princess Diana died. So she was in a lot of living. She's done a little bit of loving as well. She's a very accomplished actress. I think it's nothing but good. And I hear what you say, but she's a lot older, she's a lot wiser. And Carole, you and I both know, when Fleet Street, when Her Majesty's press was in its full height of ugliness, we don't have those days anymore.
No, but we do still have the paparazzi, Nick, which are not part of the mainstream media. They're not, but they're a totally different breed. But I think because she made such an incredible impression the other day, I think the hunger for her will never be.
But just lastly, because we must, you're comparing this accomplished actress who had this TV show with, and I'm not knocking Diana for saying she was a kindergarten teacher. I mean, there's a mile of difference.
I didn't know that, Michelle.
Well, you say so.
Well, I do struggle to get majorly excited by the news. I mean, you were just saying that you know, quite excited and all the rest of it. I was doing the news reviews on Tuesday morning after this was announced, and there was page after page. Exactly. I'm talking like 10 pages in newspapers.
Good curmudgeon.
There was souvenir pull-outs.
Yes.
That people, I mean, what on earth do you do
we have
with
the same papers, Michelle, on this side.
I've got them all filed at home.
This is the fever that I'm talking about.
But this, I'm going to be subjected to this now until this wedding day. What is she wearing? Where's she going? What is her mum doing? What's her dad doing? What's her mates?
Love it.
Why is there that desire to see such intimate stuff around these two?
Diana was a dazzling combination of royalty and Hollywood, and this girl is going to be the same.
Not when she came into the firm.
Well, but
she became that. Actually, the press created the myth of Diana, didn't they?
And she had Hollywood friends, and she had glamorous friends, and she had friends in the fashion world. This girl is exactly the same. I mean, I don't know how you don't see what's going to happen to her.
I think she's manipulating us. She's not being manipulated.
She's not smart enough to stop people hounding her. You know, her life as she knew it is over. She'll never be able to go to the shops again. She'll never be able to go. Well, she thinks that's what she wants now. But do you think
Michelle asked a question, which is why do people care so much about all these things? I think I understand, even though I've not been interested in the royal family before, because I think when people look at the royal family, they see something about themselves. You know, the royal family represent people's sense of Britishness. They represent part of people's identity. Ask a lot of British people what it means to be British. The Queen and the royal family will come in to their answer somewhere.
Even though they're German.
Well, I mean, we all know that that's the idea of symbols, you know, it's myth-making, it's narrative. The thing that's interesting is not just her, but Harry as well, who has behaved differently to previous senior royals. And I'm just going to read you a bit of the statement he wrote in response to the media storm when their relationship was first announced, when he said, "It's not right that a few months into a relationship with him that Miss Markle should be subjected to such a storm. He," and this is Harry, "knows commentators will say this is the price she has to pay and that this is all part of the game. He strongly disagrees. This is not a game, it's her life and his." And he is taking a stronger stance than anyone has before.
But that's not what will happen. I'm surprised you're not keen on it, because I would have thought someone of your age would have that you'd be bonded to Harry in the way that young people are bonded to young people, and you would be excited by it.
When were you last bonded to Harry, by the way?
I don't think, obviously, not in that way.
I think the amount of projection that's going on in this topic is
in it, because it's two young people, and it's two...
I think it's very nice that they've found love. I think it's awesome, and I'm very happy for them, but that's where it stops. I don't need to know where her dress is from, or what she used to do, or who her best mate was at school, or where her
you're going to be subjected to.
Do you think women are envying her?
No, I would.
Do you think women are envying the opportunity to become a... She'll have to be called Princess Harry, by the way.
I know, why not Princess Meghan?
Weird
It's
constitution.
so weird.
Why not Meghan Wales? Could you get anything better than that?
Very well.
Meghan Wales, you've cracked
Do you
it.
not think someone with her brain, with her intelligence, is going to become very bored very quickly with the mundanity of royal life? Because not everything will be a campaign.
Because they're going to play with the Commonwealth. Don't you remember? She said we've got lots to do in the Commonwealth.
Not everything will be a campaign.
If it was a train kit.
Invade New Zealand.